with Professor Dr. Teresa Giuliarducci of the New School, which is a red outfit in my humble opinion. Just my opinion. And her guaranteed retirement account, don't you love those phrases? In other words, your 401k would be seized. Your IRA would be seized. And you would also have to pay a mandatory 5% increase in your payroll tax. And in exchange, you would have a guaranteed annuity. In other words, they would take this money and help fund Social Security. How else do you explain it? There's absolutely no constitutional authority for this. But then again, I don't think there's constitutional authority for 99% of what the federal government's doing these days. Well, 90%. So here is the end of my interview in '08 with the professor who's proposing that. And this is not merely academic, even though she is. Because Democrats on Capitol Hill are looking at this and talking about this. Oh, what do you mean? Yes. And by the way, and no disrespect to conservative or libertarian professors, we need you there. We need you in these schools. Colleges and universities are these Marxist enterprises. They take our money, they spread the wealth around to the professors and the administrators, and they don't do any work. Well, we teach a class. Like I said, we subsidize you. Now they're all going to be pissed off, even the good ones. Well, I want the good ones there. I want to subsidize you. Of course, if they teach at Hillsdale College, we don't subsidize them at all. They don't get any government or state money. But anyway, here we go with Professor Ding Dong. Go. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think Congress did a good job in overseeing Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae?
So, no, they did a terrible job.
Do you think they've done a good job in overseeing the Social Security Administration?
You know, I think that's a good program, actually.
Well, we're not going to get rid of it. My question is, if we have trillions of dollars in unfunded liabilities, don't you think there needs to be better oversight?
You know, I think that we are aware of Social Security needing more money, and I'm all for it.
Oh, more money.
Right. We do. Yeah.
Now you know there's that. Let's go back to this actuary that you spoke of.
Yeah, sure.
Who explains that we're running out of people to pay into Social Security. Isn't that the real reason you want to tap into these private pensions?
It's not the numbers of people.
Hold on now, but follow my second part.
Yeah, okay.
Isn't the real reason you want to tap into these private pensions is because Social Security is out of money?
No. Social Security is a good base. We need
a good base of what? Debt.
For your retirement income security. It's a guaranteed source of income for the
Well, it's guaranteed to the extent that the government doesn't go bankrupt. And you know, governments do go bankrupt.
Yeah, but it's never missed a payment in all of its years since 1948.
Yeah, that doesn't mean a thing when the crash comes. No, well, let me ask you this. I don't mean to be belligerent. I'm stupid on this stuff. Let me ask you a question. What kind of pension do you have?
I have a great pension. It's like the kind of pension I want everyone to have.
Well, I didn't ask that. What kind of, you don't get to make a decision.
I'm forced to save 10% of my salary every single paycheck.
I see.
And it goes into a fund that's professionally managed. And my trustees bargain with the Wall Street firms to get the best prices.
Right. And I'm sure you have resisted this tooth and nail.
No, I think it's really good. It forced me to save when I was 25.
Well, how much are you saving each year?
I save 10% of my salary. It forces me to.
So I don't want to know, is it over $5,000?
Yeah, it is over $5,000.
Well, why should you be able to do that?
I know exactly. I
mean, why shouldn't you have to live off Social Security?
Exactly. I think everybody should have what I have.
Why shouldn't you have to live off at $1,200 a month?
It's outrageous. No. That's why people need a supplement.
No, wait a minute. Social Security pays on average $1,200 to $1,400 a month.
People need more.
It's a magnificent program. You just said that.
It is. It's a good base, but people need to
So it's $1,200 to $1,400 a month. It's dead broke. It's got trillions of dollars in unfunded obligation, and your problem is the 2% that the mutual funds take.
It's a big problem. It is. It's a little cuts everywhere.
Are you a PhD?
I have a PhD. I do.
Can I call you Dr. G then?
Hey, Dr. G. I agree with you.
Dr. G, do you realize the Rube Goldberg type logic that's being applied here?
So you think that because Social Security needs
No,
help.
I think professors should leave the rest of us alone. I think liberal members of Congress should leave the rest of us alone.
Hey, but how are you...
Hold on, my turn. And if I have $5 trillion, like some of your buddies, like Bill Gates and Buffett, or billion, and I want to invest that money, which creates jobs, which makes money available for mortgages, we don't all stick it in our mattresses.
Sure, yeah.
Then I should be able to do that without Dr. G telling me I can't. What do you think?
Oh, please invest your money. I'm just telling you, you might need help.
Now, who's smarter? Who's smarter, the individual with his own money or Barney Frank?
An individual with their own money had been caught with 100% equities.
But Barney Frank was in charge of Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac. You get my drift?
And they had a lot of pressure from the industries.
Well, maybe they did, but they're grown-ups.
And Clinton and Bush let the industry run wild.
No. Barney Frank and Chris Dodd did not want to tame these companies, did they? Come on, Dr. G. Come on.
Yeah, look, they could have done more, but
who are you voting for?
People don't have that kind of control.
Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Obama. But you probably could have guessed that.
Yes, I could. Well, look,
what would you do for people's retirement security?
What do you mean, what would I do? I'm doing it right now. I'm paying for it. I pay into Social Security.
Okay, but you need more. So where's your pension?
Get off your ass and make a living. What do you think? Pretty good idea?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Rather than subsidize sloth and other things? You see, here's the problem. People need money to go to college. People need money to buy food. People need money to warm their homes. People need money for their pensions. People need money for their children. People need lots of money. Now, the question is whether you favor a more capitalist system or a more socialist system. You're a professor, who has lived in an environment of... Hold on now. You're a professor who's lived in the environment of socialism. That's what a college is. It's a socialist enterprise.
Hey,
well, it's not capitalism.
I taught at Notre Dame for 25 years. It wasn't a socialist.
I'm talking about the college environment is purely socialist. Where's unless the private sector deigns to give some money to it, that's perfectly fine. But you're funded by taxes mostly.
No, we're funded by students paying their bills.
Well, I get that, but you're also subsidized heavily by state and federal government, including loans.
Well, that's the state workers. But
hey, I got it figured out, Dr. G. Rather than subsidize colleges with that money, we'll put it into Social Security. What do you say?
I think that Social Security does need money.
All right, my friend.
And we have to take a careful look at the budget and look where we can get it.
I got to go. You're a good sport. Just do me one favor, will you?
Yeah.
Stop destroying my country. That's the brain behind the proposal that is quietly making the rounds on Capitol Hill among the more left-wing Democrats. But you watch. I was talking about cap and trade years ago. You watch this. Because they don't like the fact that you have multiple trillions of dollars, not you, but all of us, sitting there waiting for our retirement. They want to take it. And, of course, they want to do it for the little people. They want to do it for the ordinary people. They always want to destroy this country, destroy our culture, destroy our economic system, destroy citizenship, destroy the currency for the people. Particularly the middle class, quote-unquote, ordinary people, quote-unquote, working people, quote-unquote. Well, let me ask ordinary, working, middle-class people, you happy? You happy your premiums are going through the roof? You happy about that? Are you happy with the job situation? Now, you can't say they want to blame Bush. Folks, they've had their hands on the government for some time now. A couple of years is enough. Pelosi's had her hands on the government 4 years. Read the same thing. These aren't right-wing policies that they're instituting. We have a massive economic dislocation bordering on bankruptcy. Well, we really are bankrupt, but where do you go to declare bankruptcy? That is the federal government. And look, we have the show for it.